I've been feeling vibes all day. I've been feeling vibes all night. Let me breathe and meditate. Elevate, is that alright? Energy. Vibes, 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 energy. Vibes, 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 energy. Vibes, 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 energy.
Hey, what's going on? It's your girl T Hardaway.
And it's Michael Bashir.
Yeah, and we are the Did It for the Hood podcast.
Indeed.
Coming back one more time. We love you. We miss you. And as per usual, we have a phenomenal guest for you today. This woman is a jack of all trades. We're going to let her kind of tell you a little bit more rundown, but she's a strategist. She's a small business owner. She is a professor, a author. She's an everything. So y'all give it up for Sharon Manker. Sharon.
Hi. Hi, I'm Sharon Manker, also known as Unapologetically Sharon on all social media platforms.
That
I am
part.
an author. I am a fractional chief procurement officer at Sourceworthy, my business. I am also a keynote speaker and self-published author.
Hmm. That
I
part.
do a lot. I do
We
a lot.
appreciate you. We
So I'll wait
appreciate
for you
you.
to let me know.
Okay. Well, we're gonna kick it off like here, as we always do. Sharon, tell us your story.
I don't know where you want me to start because my story is quite extensive, but I'm Sharon. I'm from West Philly, right? I'm West Philadelphia, born and
Born
raised.
and
I was not
raised.
on the playground. Okay. No. I was in the
Okay.
library. Lucian Blackwell Library on 52nd Street. I married the librarian's son. Okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where I was. I'm dorky. Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Self-proclaimed dorky fashionista, right? I grew up in West Philly. Um, I knew that I wanted to become something, but I didn't know how I wanted to become it.
Mm,
Right. I just didn't, I knew that I wasn't raised by a single mom who provided for the family. She worked multiple jobs. She worked at the health system for until she retired for over 26 years. It was always something going on. I had an older brother who struggled with addiction all his life, and seeing everyone still love him, going back and forth with the changes that drugs can do to you
mm,
has an impact on you as well, because that taught me a lot about life and changes and opportunity and when it isn't available and when resources aren't available, and that taught me how to love unconditionally but also have limits and boundaries.
mm,
So that became really apparent with me. um, I never wanted to become a statistic of where I was.
mm,
That was the underlying thought process, my mindset growing up. I didn't want to be a statistic of my neighborhood. There were only a few girls on my block, and only a few of us came out unscathed, for lack of better words, or alive. And so I wanted to prove that someone from West Philly, from Webster Street, could sit in corporate boardrooms, could lead as a leader and as a educator, and could do something that would benefit the community.
mm.
So today, I sit here as I have been Woman Advocate of the Year, Veteran Advocate of the Year, Minority Advocate of the Year, top 50 women in supply chain and procurement in the United States, and a community leader. I sit on several boards. I've written several books. I have been married going on 18 years in October. That's a whole nother story. My love story. Two beautiful children, caregiver to my mom, and I'm still that little girl from West Philly who
Mm.
simply believed there was more to do.
You know what? That brings another question to me. While you were doing all of these things, because you said you never wanted to be a statistic, right? While you were doing all these things, what were some things that were unexpected that you learned in the midst of it? Just like one or two things.
I learned to not be a doormat.
Mm,
Mm.
yeah.
It was either you're going to be a doormat or a leader. I saw servant leadership
Mm,
in a different way. I saw people giving, not expecting anything in return, but giving to their cup was so empty
Mm,
that they felt lost.
mm,
And I knew I had to create some type of boundaries.
right.
So that's one. The next thing is I kind of normalized pain.
Mm,
And that was a hard journey. It took years of therapy and just trusting a small group of people with my journey to be able to deal with that. Because I literally would go to the library and read books on prisoners of war to learn how to
Mm.
compartmentalize all the trauma that I had gone through.
wow.
And it took years. It took me to be an adult to say, I don't care about other people's opinions.
Mm,
Or didn't want to carry that trauma with me. But those are things that sticks out the most.
gotcha. Gotcha. So, um, you gave us some of your background. So, what would you say your primary thing is you do now? Because you are a jack of everything. We can't even keep up. What is it actually that you would say you do primarily?
I am unapologetically me.
Okay.
All right. So primarily what I do, like as a supply chain professional by trade, by experience, with 2 decades in supply chain management, I am a supply chain professional.
Hmm.
Um, what I do, like I said, I am an advocate for small and diverse businesses.
Hmm.
I actually have a U.S. trademark advocating for change unapologetically. That that's why unapologetically Sharon.
For sure.
Um, I never stopped the work, even though I didn't have the corporate title or hadn't started my business. I was still going to NGLCC events, EMSDC events, We Make events. He's like, but you don't have a job. I was like, just because they attacking DEI doesn't mean I'm going to stop it.
Come on.
Because that was just my core passion. I want to see businesses grow. I want to see them be supported. And when they would call me and be like, hey, well, I need to do this, sex, and the other, I was like, let's figure it out.
Mm.
And so that's how
Question.
I developed my business.
That just made me think about like at what age did that start for you? Like that passion.
I had to grow up at a young age. I had to be the adult in the house, right? I had to be the one to make the grown up decisions. Either my mom was working, didn't know what my brother was doing. So having to help take care of his kids, take care of cousins, take care of mom, I had to learn to schedule, prioritize time. And that's why when people say, are you always doing a lot of stuff? I'm like, you don't understand. I realized at a young age I had to put everything in perspective and in order to make sure that the light stayed on.
Mm,
And so having that lesson that you had to step up was very important.
Mm.
mm. It's amazing how, because I've talked to a few different professionals. It's amazing how your survival skills become some of your most valuable professional assets. And go ahead.
From surviving to thriving,
Hmm.
from trying to make sure that the lights stay on to transitioning. I left out of Philly. I went to Florida for a while. I came back up here um, in about 2015.
Hmm.
That was a whole game changer. So we left Philly for my job. It was so horrible down there, just horrible for us as a family that it was unsafe. And we came back up here. I left my condo where the water was outside. I could walk outside and throw stones at the water to a 934 square foot apartment in Germantown Avenue to start over until I worked my way back up
Right.
Mm.
until we bought another house.
Why was it so bad down there?
We were the only Black family in our gated community. This was prior to all this social and political unrest. But back then, we thought reading online and you see the demographics of a state or an area, it looked good on paper. But since we were the only ones in our gated community, It was trying. My husband was an environmental scientist. He couldn't find work, so he went back to school. My kid had started pre-K 4, and he asked me, Mommy, why am I the only little brown boy? And I broke down because I
Mm,
realized he hadn't seen another black kid.
mm,
And so we couldn't have our kids come up in that environment when we wanted to be champions of diversity and equality and equitable change. We couldn't have that thing. So we moved back up to Philly and we literally started over.
Mm.
got it. Got it. Got it. And how has it been since you've been back in Philly?
I've been back in Philly since 2015. Like I said, started from the bottom, now we're here.
Oh,
So
okay. So y'all good money now.
Nice though.
we trying. We make good money decisions, right?
Gotcha.
I credit that to several um, friends in our tight circle who taught me different solutions, taught me different things to do, how to manage it, make it work for you, and all that stuff. Because like I said, I went from working in corporate America to now having to start my own business when that corporate DEI related role was terminated. It was like, okay, what do I do next? And them private schools do not care that you do not have anything coming in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm always on my hustle.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like I just got to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that when they terminated your DEI role. Like, what was that time period like? And, what was the temperature in the business?
Um, the temperature in the business, they went from I love all the accolades you got. You work with veteran-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses. You could do this. You can create a strategy for this, and the other. And for months leading up to me getting really sick, it was like you present the strategy, then oh I like it, then oh I hate it, oh don't show anybody, oh if you make something don't show anybody, or don't do this, or
Mm.
don't say that. And I was like, what is going on? Like
Mm,
some days I would come in and my computer wasn't working. I didn't understand that. I'm like, okay, I'm checking all my cords. I'm like thinking, okay, I didn't do anything. My Wi-Fi is working. Just
Mm.
I come in and I don't have access to a program. So it was just like little subtle things
yeah.
and the tones and tenors and how they talk to me. And I had to finally tell this one lady, I was like, I wrote a book on self-care. You want it? It's on Amazon. You can go get it. Like, cause you need to fix your tone when you're
Mm,
talking to me. I have kids. You're not going to talk to me like I'm your kid.
mm,
And that made me realize, oh, take the rose colored glasses off. They really don't like you. I
mm,
mean, it
yeah.
took a minute for me to be like, I wanted it to work out so bad that I would stay up from sun up to sundown working hard for these folks. And it was like, oh, I like it, but I don't know. Maybe you need to think about it. Or I do a report and it would be like, are you sure you know what that word means? Um,
Mm.
Excuse me?
Mm.
sis, I, I'm the past president for the Institute for Supply Chain Management Philadelphia chapter. I teach this. Um, okay, all right. Just things to try to shrink me, to shrink my confidence, to shrink
Yeah.
um my intellectual abilities.
Yeah.
That's what was hard. Like
Mm,
it was hard. And so I healed out loud from that
Mhm.
by continuing to do the work,
mm,
continuing to not let that carry that
mhm,
and work on that
mhm,
and show up for, all the women, minority, LGBTQ, veteran, Asian, Indian business owners I know. I just show up. I
mhm,
show up to
mhm,
support. I show up to post. I show up to just have a conversations with them. Some will call me and it's like, hey, let's just meet for coffee. Okay. Okay. Well, let's just do it. I just wanted to pick your brain. I'm like, okay. And
Mm.
so what I'm doing in this global MBA program, this I do at night because
mhm.
during the day it's so busy.
Right.
Um, I am learning how to structure that, how to monetize that, how to
Yeah.
turn this business into a revenue generating business, which
Mm.
now it is. I'm grateful because
Amen.
some people started to believe, oh my gosh, she actually did it. So I just rewrote my website. I'm building automations right now. Let me pause for a minute. I worked in supply chain management. My degree from Drexel University is in information technology, communications, and applied technology. So I
Mm.
have an IT background. So
Okay.
I can hack something or write you a contract or make salesmen cry.
We
People
love it
just don't
here.
know that.
We love it here.
No.
So, some businesses, I literally just do AI prompting for them.
Oh
And
wow.
I
Wow.
sit here on my sofa while I'm watching, Big Bang Theory because I'm a dork. And okay, can you make this for me? Because I want to post this tomorrow. Okay, here's the invoice. There you go.
Wow.
So you gotta be a jack of all trades when you came from the hood and you started from the bottom. You're like, all right, get this money. I'm a
Yeah.
hustler.
Yeah. 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 So why? I mean, so you're doing all this. You're doing a lot of things you did in corporate. You're doing them for small businesses and things of that nature. But why is that? Why is that a passion for you?
I used to volunteer as a child, right? So there was a lot of giving, even in the church or outside the church. My grandmother, Annie Mae Holmes, was one of the founders of a nonprofit that's on South Street because she used to live in South Philly. Um, it's for service workers, right? And so I learned to volunteer, I learned to give, I learned servant leadership. I heard people come in, whether they were business owners, whether they were service workers, and I used to listen to all their stories. I used to also listen to all the old people. So I'm
Mm,
the only kid on the block on Webster Street, right? That
mm,
will go sit intentionally and go listen to the old folks tell their story.
yeah,
Mm.
And they gave me a lot of knowledge and depth, right? But some of them were business owners, some of them weren't. Some of them were just home care providers or providing for their home. But what that taught me was somebody has to give back,
that's true.
right? If I hadn't seen women who were aiming for higher education, aiming to be business owners, aiming to do this and the other, I wouldn't have that example.
True.
And if I don't help, I feel like I'm cutting off somebody else's legacy. And I want to see the next generation be better than what either I had or I've experienced.
Yeah.
And so that's why I do what I do.
That's why we do what we do.
Hello, that part.
That's
And
how it
and
came about. But go ahead,
even
Mike.
to even speak to that too, like at least from what do you see in the younger generation that you feel like we need more of?
Communication skills, one,
Mm,
okay? Because I intentionally come home and ask my kids every day, how are you doing? Nobody did that for me. That's why I did that. How was your day? And I let them vent.
mhm,
Is there anything I can do for you? Right. And so I do that not only with my kids, but I do that with my daughter's friends, who I call my broke besties. Right. So my broke besties, they'll be on their little group chat because they always on the group chat. And I'll still, if I walk in past, I'll correct them.
mm,
Bro.
Right. And they respect that. But I also have the girls over here and we have brunches. That's what I've been doing since the pandemic. I have a
Mm.
brunch. They think they grown because I give them real glasses. It is not champagne. It is apple cider from Costco. Okay.
Hey,
Let's put that
and
out
it
there.
hit just the same.
It hit just the same because they like, I need another glass and this
I was
thing
scared. I think
here.
y'all act tipsy.
Oh my God, they are, but they're a good group of kids, right?
Mhm.
And so I do that for several reasons. I want them to learn the true value of friendship.
Mm.
I want them to um, be respectful and to learn how to be respectful and to learn how to
mm,
carry themselves. And I want them to be able to have conversations that are not through the phone.
yeah. Yeah, that's
right?
real.
Face to
Yeah.
face. Look me in my face. Because sometimes they talking to you and they go, no, I'm right here.
Yeah.
I'm literally right here. So
Mm.
I do that for several reasons. I'm also a Toastmaster by training. So I try to parcel little tips, but I'm the only extrovert in the house.
Oh, everybody else chilling.
They introvert.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter poses as one only when she's out and then she come home. She's like, I'm done. I'm done peopling today. I'm going to go take a nap. Like,
That's so real.
okay. All right, sis. Peace.
So let me switch gears a sec. So do you deal with companies when they're trying to land like corporate contracts and things of that nature?
Yes.
You do. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is one of the biggest mistakes that you see small businesses make when they're trying to land a corporate contract?
Not understanding the culture of the company they're trying to work with.
Mm,
Here's an example. So I was the one in the corporate office making the introduction of the small business to the corporations.
gotcha.
And so what I do now is similar. I position them for success.
Yeah.
So they tell me a list of all the leads that they want. They want to meet this organization, this one, this one, this one. So when I create a strategy for them, it's how to position them for success. Look at the company's culture. When I say the culture, are they really doing business for that product or service? Are they interested in doing business with somebody small that has either um, a little experience or no experience or is new to them? How to build those relationships with them. Relationships do matter in business.
Hmm.
Sometimes I will take, don't laugh, I'm from the hood, but I golf, right? So sometimes I'll take suppliers golfing with me. Yeah, I was gonna come with props, right? So
Not
I
at
take
all.
them golfing. I take them golfing with me for several reasons. For one, because they can learn something, and because I want them to meet somebody,
Mm.
right? I learned to golf in corporate America because it was a space where I knew that deals were being made.
For sure.
Now,
Yeah.
I won't put a pin in that. I am a horrible golfer. Don't even know how to play.
I was
Got
about to
20
ask you,
outfits.
I'm about
I
to
got
ask
20
you.
outfits. I got my
Okay.
own clubs. I got 4 pair of shoes. I look good doing it. I will still go.
Well, I
But yeah,
golf, so if you ever want to go out there, I got you.
I need some practice time. So
I ain't say
can
I
we
was that
can we
great, but I might be a little
I
better than
was
you.
screaming.
The way you just said that,
A little
but
better is
just a
crazy
touch,
though. Hey,
just a
look, I'm
little better.
the last time I played golf was on Wii Sports. So, um,
we gotta
hey,
get together.
but I could probably go crazy for real. I mean,
Come out
look,
there,
I'll do the
hey
whole
bro,
18 holes. I'll do the
hey
whole
bro,
18 holes. I'm talking smack the whole time as if I'm
okay.
going to be doing
Oh,
something.
bro.
that's
Most of the
light.
time they just get them something to drink and be on the thing talking trash and hit a
That's
ball
what I'm
every now and
saying.
again. That's really what be
and
happening out there.
and for me, it's like it's a part of my testimony. So 3 years ago, I couldn't walk.
Mm, mm,
So 3 years ago, I couldn't walk. I actually had hip replacement. I actually had to learn how to walk again
mm.
because for years I hid my pain.
Got it.
Just like I learned in growing up in the hood how to hide my trauma, I hid my pain.
Mm,
I bought a collapsible cane and put it in my purse. So nobody knew that I had to actually use a cane to get to my car. I I was
wow.
fronting, for lack of
Mm,
better words. And I didn't want to be seen as less than in corporate America or deficient or any of that.
Mm.
But when it came to, I think when I turned 40, I just was like, I don't care what they think. Like,
mm,
also I couldn't hide it anymore. Like I literally couldn't walk without a cane. So I had to decide to love myself more,
right.
right? In order to be able to share that with people.
Mm,
Mm. Why do you feel like you hit it for so long though?
I didn't want to be put in a box.
Hmm.
yeah.
I didn't want pity. I was just, I was
Especially in
always a good worker. I always got exceeding expectations. And every time I went for a different promotion or something, I didn't want that to be a deterrent,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
But of course I got, oh, because you don't have this other degree. So I went and got that. Oh, you
Mm.
don't have this certification. Okay, went to Cornell, got that. Oh, you know, do you know how many certifications I got?
Oh, it's
Listen,
a
I
lot.
know it's through the roof.
Un-
I mean, I'm just looking at the wall. Like I
Yeah.
can tell.
I'm like,
You
yo, and now I'm working on my second master's degree
know.
Bless your heart.
only for the purposes of this program is for entrepreneurs.
Gotcha.
Mm.
So my homework every week literally is something growing towards my business.
Right, right,
It's not like it's not theoretical. Um it's not theory. It is action. It is
right,
every week. And
right.
when I'm going to all these events and when I'm taking the time to go support these small and diverse businesses, that's my homework.
Yeah,
I'm conducting customer discovery. I'm getting, well, would you pay for this? Well, would you do this? Well, can you test out my website? Can
yeah,
you do this? Well, can you do that? Well, I think you should do this. No, no problem. Got your feedback. Done. All right. So, would you do this? Would you do that? That's what I'm doing. So
yeah,
I'm mixing my outside world with my inside world with my business. So
yeah.
when I go out, I'm very intentional. I got to be intentional about my money. I got to be intentional about my time, and I got to be intentional about every single action.
Right.
And some people be mad, like, "Oh, you can't come to my event." I was like, "Well, if it don't benefit my business or my school,
Try to
no.
get it moving.
Like, I,
Cool.
I got bills to pay." Like,
I was having this conversation with Mike the other day. We were talking about like cutting off things that are not serving, or just cutting off things so you can focus your attention and actually be effective on the things that matter. And once you start to get actually very clear about where you're trying to go and the things you want, it makes it very easy to say no.
Hmm.
no, it's a complete
Extremely.
sentence. It's a complete
My
sentence.
mama be saying that same thing. Yeah.
That's it. No explanation needed.
I
Yeah.
didn't grow up with that being the case.
Mm.
So imagine my mom, wouldn't say no.
Mm.
She would go, go, go until her detriment,
Till she was empty. Yeah.
until she was more than empty.
Mm.
And she wouldn't say no and then have to borrow something from somebody. No, we not, not today, Satan. We're not doing that.
That part.
We are setting boundaries. We are emphasizing how resilient we are by how much we keep those boundaries up.
As you should.
And that's what's keeping us going.
Yeah, for sure.
That psychological safety is important, right? I didn't grow up thinking going to therapy would be my normal thing. But yes, I need it
Absolutely.
because
We all do.
becoming a business owner, because also doing keynote speaking, also raising the family. Well, a few months ago, I took in my mom after she got sick.
Mm.
And so now I added caregiver onto the journey,
Gotcha.
which is so special. That's a whole nother episode. If y'all ever do something on that, on what we can do to try to prepare ourselves for this sandwich generation, we can talk about it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Um, I want to touch into your expertise a little bit more. Um, if there's a small business listening to this when they want to get into the corporate contracting space, what is something in the next 6 months they can do to get themselves ready?
First things first, go and research the business that you want to have a contract with.
Okay.
When I say research, go and read their public facing documents
Mm.
so you can learn
Mm.
more about the culture. Find at least three people on LinkedIn that work with that company that you can follow that you would want to meet. Find opportunities to go meet and network with them because you need someone inside that organization to advocate for you.
Advocate on your behalf. Yeah.
And if you
Advocate.
don't, you're going to be spending lots and lots of money to put together these RFPs, to do these projects, to have these conversations, to go be in that space when there isn't any opportunity, right?
Mm.
So you want to be with people who know what's going on. You want to know what they do, how they do it before you get there. The worst thing you could ever do to a supply chain person or to somebody that whose company you want to work with is come to them and say, "Well, what do you do?"
I'm like, you should know
That
that for you got here.
I'm just gonna say, like, well, what does your company do? Say what now? Because once you've done that, you've already decreased your value in their eyes.
Yeah.
Mm,
If you want to do business with me and you come with me, you set an appointment, and I am respectfully on this call with you or in this meeting with you, and you ask me, what does this company do?
Yeah. You didn't respect me enough to even research me.
Either
And
research
I'm
me
giving
or
you an opportunity, not the
facts,
other way around.
mm,
facts.
mm.
That be prepared. Be prepared so you can be bold to have the meeting. You can be brief to have your talking points together, and then you can be out.
Heck yeah. All
Mhm.
right. So you're very well versed. You obviously know what you're talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're an excellent professional.
Yeah.
Who mentored you in this process? Like, who is your mentors?
I have an advisory board of mentors.
Not a
Now
board.
that is something that I created, right? Um, I had my first mentor was when I worked at the Hospital University of Penn. That's where I started my career, right?
Yeah.
Through their summer youth program. I'm still friends with that mentor today
Yeah.
Mm,
because she gave me a different perspective. Like I said, I was raised by a single mom.
Hmm.
I have mentors, advisors, and sponsors.
Okay.
What does that mean? The mentors I seek out for specific skill sets
Hmm.
or things I want to learn from them,
Hmm.
right? So I have one that is doing stuff in real estate. I'm learning how to manage my mother's estate. I needed to learn some things from her. Can you mentor me in that?
Right.
I have my supply chain management mentors from Exelon to other utilities that are around the country. I have mentors that are business owners that are in tech because I'm also a dorky tech girl at the same time, right? So I have them for different things, for different qualities that I can call or I can text or I can email. And I have the audacity to have um, relationships with business owners from all walks of life
Hmm.
that I can call at the drop of a dime if I had a question for mentorship.
Right.
So, like I said, I have that kind of strategic advisory board that I put together because of things that I want to learn. I developed this little phrase, right? The more you know, the more you grow. The more you grow, the more money you make.
Amen.
So I've had that since I was 16, and that's what I lead with. If I learn something, I can grow. If I meet somebody new, I can learn something from them.
Hmm.
And some people don't know how to humble themselves to that. Like, oh, well, she's XYZ. I don't care. From the janitor to the CEO, y'all put your pants on the same way.
That way,
mm,
that
You can
part.
you can learn something from them. Like
They have something to offer.
they have something to offer. And so with that mindset, that growth mindset, that helps me move forward. So
mm,
that's why I have a whole team.
You know, it's funny that you say that because when I first moved to New York, like, it wasn't like the people alumni base and all that stuff that connected me in or gave me information. It was like the common everyday man, like a dude at the gym is working as a monitor in the front. He's like, "Oh, you need to apply here, da da
Mhm,
da da da." And this person, and it'd be like a librarian. He's like, "Oh, you need to go to this place to look for this resource." It wasn't even the people that you would think were the people that were going to
mhm.
put you on. It was just people in passing that wanted to see you do well, and they had no real, they didn't get anything from it. So you're right. You never know where your blessings are going to come from. That's why I always tell people, don't don't fall in love with people's titles. I always say that. Do not fall in love with people's
mm,
titles because their titles are
Mhm.
just titles. They mean absolutely nothing.
mm.
They may have zero
Ooh.
interest in you succeeding. They may have zero interest in talking
Yeah.
to you at all. But the secretary might be your plug.
Oh, I got a story about that. So let me tell you about the story about the secretary being the plug.
Mm,
So at one job, I was doing the RFP search for suppliers to support this contract. And I knew that this one department manager would not call me back. Like he
Mm,
wasn't responding to my emails. He knew that it was a directive from the CEO and the CFO and all that stuff. But he was just like, I'm gonna do whatever I want. So I found the secretary. Found the secretary, his secretary, his department head, and I became really good friends with her. Took her to
mm,
lunch a few times, this and the other. Say, hey, well, you know what I do? I'm the diversity lead, supplier diversity lead, this and the other. I just want to make sure that we have, small and diverse businesses included in the contracts. And she was like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we about to start. I already knew the project was going to start. I read all the corporate reports. I know what's coming down the pipe.
mm,
Okay. That's why I'm here. Mhm. So made friends with her, whatever. So I knew that they had just sent out this RFP and they didn't include any diverse suppliers, which
right.
was a violation that somebody else said, but he didn't care. So
Mm,
anyway,
well,
so I heard from the gate man because the secretary called me. She's like, they did not give that person the bid. That person won't sign the contract. I was like, bet. She's like, he's on his way to lunch. Bet. Right? Me at the elevator. Get down there. Hi, how you doing? I heard that you still haven't gotten that contract done for, that service. He's like, no, this and the other. And I gotta find. I said, did you include any diverse suppliers in there? He's like, I don't know. I think I did. I was like, he's like, I don't know what to do. This and the other. I'm going to send the bid out. So I got a supplier for you. Gotcha. This and the other. This is what I talk about positioning. So I
yeah.
had already talked to the supplier before I went down there. On the
Mm,
elevator, I was like, this is what's about to happen. This
mm-hmm.
is what I'm going to need. I have your capability statement. I'm going to get this over to him. This, da, 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 da. So by the time I got down there, because I was friends with their secretary, she told me where he was going to be, met him down there. Anyway,
Okay, go ahead.
anyway, so I got down there. The guy was like tripping at first. He's like, how did she know this? Right? Know this is happening. But he said, yes, I'll give that supplier opportunity. So what opportunity to bid? So by the time I got to the elevator, I called that company, called
Mm,
the owner
mm,
directly, said, hey, this is a multi-million dollar contract. This is what they need. This is what we're going to have to do. And this is what you're going to have to agree to. Can you do that? She said, yes. I said, hold on. I'm on the elevator. I'm forwarding you the RFP right now. This is the contract. I need you to agree everything on that contract in order for you to get it. That person got that contract, stayed with that company for years in that contract. And I was happy because it all started because I got friends with a secretary.
mm,
I told you, sometimes your plug don't be who you think it's gonna be.
mm,
People don't understand the stuff that happens behind the walls with supply chain professionals. We go through it like we are everywhere in between trying to
yeah,
advocate to get different suppliers into the door. We are given elevator pitches. We are
Yeah,
giving
literally,
PowerPoints. We are creating things behind the scene, but they also have to realize patience
yeah.
because on that flip side, I had a supplier pretty much tell me that I was trying to keep her down. I was like, oh, no.
Keep her down.
mm,
She wanted me to make an introduction to one of the department heads. I said, no, it's not a good time.
Mm,
Not giving out anybody's information, but I knew stuff that was going on behind the scenes with that person. So it's not a good time. I knew
right.
that they were going through something. I knew that they had been out for a few days. I knew that they were dealing with some issues in their department. I'm not going to share all that with you, but no, if I tell you it's not a good time, it's me professionally telling you, you have to wait until I know that person's in a good headspace to move forward and have this conversation.
Right. You set them up
Like,
for success.
I'm trying to set
exactly.
you up for success. I don't want you to
Yeah.
get on there and you give them the
Yeah.
same attitude that you just gave me, and then that's embarrassing me. So we're
But
not doing that. This
but
ain't it.
that's a lack of not trusting the people in position to do the job though. Because obviously if you're in the position
Yeah.
and they're working with you, they're like, okay, I trust her judgment. She been right. Let's rock with that. Um, whatever. But I have a question though, because you skipped past it a little bit. You said you have advisors, mentors, and sponsors. What's the distinction between them?
Oh, so people that advise me usually just give me um, high level advice on next steps,
Right.
right? I want to, whether I'm going to build a website or I'm going to build a cohort, what's the next step I'm going to do for that
Mm-hmm.
business?
Mm-hmm.
Sponsors are people who are literally wanting to invest in my success.
Got it.
Will buy me tickets to events and say, I got your ticket to this event. I want you to go meet XYZ. I need you to be here to make this introduction. Here you go. I am sponsoring this for you. They are literally investing in me
Got it.
for whatever purpose. Because I'm kind of a cool chick. Um, the mentors are giving me their knowledge,
Right.
right? They're sharing their time. They're setting up regular schedules with me to, hey, we haven't met this month.
Mm.
Let's
Mm.
do this.
Yeah, catch up. Yeah.
So that's my distinction for them.
Got
Mhm.
you.
Okay, so for young professionals that are also working and just trying to, or at least trying to break into whatever industry they are trying to break into, what do you feel like is a good place to start looking for all of those things?
But young professionals that still don't know what they want to do, they don't know what they want to do
Well,
when
if
they
they
grow
want to
up.
get
Where
into
should they
if they want to
start?
get into the
Oh,
contracting,
oh
well,
no,
in the space is which you is like which you is. Oh my
mhm.
God,
I
the
would
space in
say
which
you
you
need
are.
to be involved. Well, you need to be involved in organizations, especially member organizations that support what you want to do,
Mm.
right? So students will reach out to me from Temple and from Drexel on LinkedIn and be like, hey, it's Sharon. Can you come see my case competition or this any other? And I'm like, okay. Right. And that's because they met with me at the member organization supporting supply chain management. So for the Institute for Supply Chain Management Philadelphia chapter, there are opportunities for networking and growth and to be in the rooms with C-suite they could later be mentored by or have internships with. And so we had a golf outing at Top Golf with the supply chain management students at Drexel a
Mhm.
few months ago. And so think about those things. They'll reach out to me and ask me, "Hey, can you come support me?" Right? And that's because I've made it so that the students know that they could reach out to me on LinkedIn anytime, right?
Mhm.
Um, because I forget about the DMs on Instagram. I digress. I'm old.
That's so real.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So they reach out to me on LinkedIn and I'm there as a support, right? Because I
Right.
want to see the next generation succeed. So I would tell them to get involved in those member organizations. Don't be afraid to show up, whether it's online or in person. Just show up because if somebody remembers, it goes a long way.
Show enough.
Spar. Thank you for that.
Show enough.
Mhm.
Show enough.
You've been spitting all day, Miss Sharon. I hope you know.
Thank
Hey,
you.
listen, this has been delightful. So thank
Letting the
you.
little old lady talk. Yeah, from a little old lady flower
You're
on.
funny. Why y'all be calling yourself old? I don't get that.
Well, all right. When we were, my daughter said the other day, she said, "Well, you were born in the 1900s." When I tell you the gangster in me,
Okay,
Mm.
so look, is it are your children Gen Z or Gen Alpha?
one
She
was
said,
born in
no, no.
2009, one was born in 2011, whatever that is.
Gen
I don't know.
Alpha.
That's
That's
Alpha, I
Gen
think.
Alpha.
I
technically.
think.
I'm
So
Gen
yeah,
X.
that real.
All right.
I
So
was feral, and I turned out to be all right. So I'm proud of me. I'm gonna tell you, I'm proud of me. I'm proud of my personal brand. I raised myself, and I am proud of where I got to.
You know what she sound like?
that's
I had to walk 10 miles to both ways to
All
school.
my life, I had
Right.
to fight, and I won't give up now, not ever. I won't let them take me down.
Oh my God. We
But that's how it is. And
Oh my
oh, that's so
God.
good. That's so good.
Something wrong with you. But okay. So
Oh,
we know what you've done. We know part of what you're well, give us where are you going? Like where are you taking your
yeah.
career? Where's the next step?
My next step is to, all right, one, complete my schooling. So I'll be done. This is an 18-month program. By the time I'm done, my SourceWorthy platform, which is my supply chain founder readiness systems, right? My app will be fully active and live. Um, that will be done. It will be so that small and diverse businesses could literally go on their phone. They can interactively ask questions. I've been
Wow.
building this AI methodology. You cannot listen. So you can't patent the AI, but you can patent the methodology. So I'm working on it,
Mm.
right? So I took all of my knowledge and have been working on this tirelessly. So the SourceWorthy AI will be able to be accessible to small and diverse businesses, entrepreneurs, students, whatever, and be able to teach them different things on how to connect, how to build relationships, all these questions that usually I used to get in corporate America, I put into this training. So it is a course. There's going to be a course and the app that's going to be out. So that's my business lane. In the fall, I will be teaching at Temple University. I'll be teaching supply chain management,
Mm.
procurement, and sourcing. Yeah. So that is a bucket list item for me. So I'm very proud of that. I'll be teaching at the Fox School of Business, and that is going to be super dope, super duper dope.
Well,
But
congratulations.
thank
Yeah, big
you.
congratulations. Yeah.
And in a few weeks, my TEDx talk, which I've just recorded live, how to reset your worth and stop shrinking,
Come on.
will be live. The link will be live. When they give me the YouTube link, please follow my LinkedIn so that you can stay abreast of that. And my two books that I've written, Lily from West Philly to motivate kids to become entrepreneurs, and West Philly Grit are on my website. But I'm in the process of working with someone to animate Lily from West Philly. So I just keep going. And people be like, "You always doing something." See, I took it really seriously when my mother said an idle mind is the devil's workshop.
Amen.
So I'm never idle.
Mm.
When I'm
And
still, it's because I choose to be.
Mm.
And also I like to eat really good food. So I gotta work, right?
Ain't nothing wrong
that's
with that.
so
I
real.
can't be there. I gotta work. I'm not a fast food type of sis. I brunch at, the boozy brunch at the Ritz Carlton. That's my thing. So
Yeah.
Say
in order
that.
to do that, I can't I can't waste time.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't waste
Right.
time. Ain't nobody gonna do it for me.
That
Hmm.
part. That part.
So that's where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna have
Okay.
every lane and channel aligned, automated. I want to be able to make money in my sleep,
Sure.
knock on wood.
Sure.
I want to release my next book, which is also called Sourceworthy. See the theme? I have Sourceworthy the app, Sourceworthy the course, Sourceworthy the
Hmm.
book, which is all an insider's point of view on how small businesses should engage, enact,
Okay.
and be positioned for success. That's all I want to do. I want to make sure the next generation is successful in building
Mhm.
businesses, maintaining businesses, building relationships. And in order to do that, I'm creating these different things.
Gotcha. Fly. Uh, if you had to look back and talk to young Sharon,
Ooh,
what advice would you give her now?
what advice would I give young Sharon? Ooh, you should have learned no sooner.
Mm.
Okay. Okay.
It would have saved you a lot of pain.
Mm.
Um, I would tell her to be more mindful of fake people.
Come on now.
And that is hard to say because in this season, I found out who was around me for clout and who, once I didn't have the corporate title, was just like, bye. I
Yeah.
was like, no,
Vanish on you.
like, what just happened? Like,
Hmm.
I thought we were cool.
Nah.
Um, be very mindful of those fake people. Um, protect your peace over protecting that company's culture.
Come on.
I didn't know that. I
But they ain't gonna
spent
protect
years
you.
like, oh, well, I guess this is how it's supposed to be. I
No.
guess I gotta suck it up. I guess I gotta endure. I'm like, hey, it took me years ago, like, oh,
Mm.
they don't really like you. Oh, I think because um, I want to see the good in people,
Yeah.
even when they show me the evil
Yeah.
or the bad.
Mhm.
And I would have been mindful of what they showed me and what they did if I had known sooner that I needed to be that cautious. I
Yeah.
was too trusting.
Yeah.
And so I would tell her to be mindful with your purpose, with your passion, with your time, and you can be successful.
Mhm. Sharon, you done dropped the mic on us, so we're not gonna try to
Like,
follow up with no more questions. Tell everybody where they can reach out to you at.
You can reach out to me at www.sharonmanker.com. It's my name. On the internet, you can pick your path, pick your lane. You want Sharon Manker, the fractional chief procurement officer supporting small and diverse businesses, or do you want Sharon Manker, the keynote speaker and author? The lane will be set out on my website homepage and it'll take you to whatever direction. You can connect with me also on social media at Unapologetically Sharon on all social media platforms. And definitely look me up on LinkedIn at Sharon Manker, and we can connect and expand your network so that you can be a success.
Well, that is a great way to end it off. Sharon, thank you so much for joining us. I am T. Hardaway,
now Michael Basil.
and this is the Did It for the Hood podcast.
Indeed.
See y'all later.
Yeah, 40 million in our bank, we want all of that. 200 million in the safe, we want all of that. $1 billion investments kept away, we want all of that. Black man with money in USA, get you hollered at, but we want all of that. 40 million in our bank, we want all of that. 200 million in the safe, we want all of that. $1 billion investments kept away, we want all of that. Black man with money in USA, get you hollered at.